Hello. Hello, everybody. Hope you can all hear me. Hey, Sue. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? I can hear you. Good. Okay. Hope everybody's doing great this Sunday. I was just chatting with one of my fellow subscribers, and yeah, catching up on things. Thank you, Jack. I'm gonna try to clean my glasses here first so I can read. Anyways, a few uh, a few updates, I guess. For first, had my driving test yesterday. It went well. I was able to go to Cabela's with my friend. That also went well. Uh, I'm gonna find out Monday or Tuesday if I have to do more or I can just go and get my test done. I'll have one more exam, I guess, and I'm not sure what happens after that. But yeah, I know it's all about the money, unfortunately. uh, yeah, well, Sue, it's sunny here too. It just turned sunny. It was snowing all night and all day, and then it just turned sunny. So yeah, well, it's getting a little bit better driving. Uh, like I told Brian, the guy that teaches me, trying to teach me stuff. I say it's different because that ain't my vehicle, so I'm not used to driving with my hands. I'm used to doing it with my feet. So, but I have to learn to break bad habits too. Like I don't use the whole on ramp when I'm merging onto like a highway. I don't do that. Like I mean, I get up there as fast as I can. High insanity. I get up there as fast as I can, and boom, I get in as soon as I can because you're doing 100 or 110 or whatever the speed limit says, and you got to move. So yeah, because I know some people won't let you in, and then you run out of track, and then now what do you do? Now you're a problem. Uh, I haven't tried them yet, but I looked at them. That's the other thing I want to talk about. We'll get into that, but yeah, one of the other things, like I changed. I don't know why, but I mean, I really appreciate my last video that went up. About I said I need to change and stuff like that. Well, it went up and a lot of great comments. I appreciated them all. I haven't been able to answer them all. So, but I'm still looking at them. And yeah, like I mean, that's the best video I seem to have put up. Like it's got over 7,000 views in the past little while. So I mean, it was really great, and it's got like I think 200 and some odd comments. But that was really good. So yeah, I appreciated that. Anyways, get back to that. I'll read some stuff here. Let me see. Yeah, good afternoon to everybody. Thank you all for showing up. You know, and yeah. And yeah, I was also talking to another person yesterday, texting my friend Kim Jones. She's on here now, and we were talking about diet and stuff and exercise and stuff. Anyway, she sent me a few things. She's got something else she's going to send me, which I think is great. She sent me a whole bunch of. We'll just take one out, but yeah, a whole bunch of these straps. That's who makes it, I believe. Oh, here, Ormeril. Yeah, there you go. That's who makes it. Anyways, you're supposed to, either put them in your hand like this, and do that. This is the light one. I tried the extra tough one there today, and holy Jesus, like trying to pull the tire tube apart. But yeah, just doing that. Mostly it's leg work, so I can cheat. I don't have many. I don't have much leg stuff to do. So yeah, I'll cheat a little bit when it comes to that. But yeah, yeah, and there's another one here, but I have a hard. I'm gonna have to work on that. I have a hard time, but I can do it like this, you know, and that'll work. And so I've been doing that. I did that this morning and did a couple of crunches this morning before I got out of bed. My shoulders are really, really, really sore because yesterday I took my chair, my manual one, so I was rolling around Cabela's. And it was fun, but I mean I was rolling around Cabela's and stuff, so I had to do it mostly on my own. Uh, okay. So now we're getting back to the diet thing. Okay. Some people have asked, to explain because I was talking about my blood sugars and stuff like that. So I'm a type 1 diabetic. There's also type 2 diabetes. You guys might have heard that I said I'm type 1, type 2, a little bit of both. That was new to me, but yeah, that happens, okay? But type 1 first, that's what I am. I got that when I was 11. And I know some of you might be a little bit boring because you know all this, but people still ask the question. So type 1, and when I had it, my pancreas either worked very, very little or not at all. So that means that whatever you eat, we all know whatever you eat turns into sugars. And when people eat it normal, their pancreas kicks in, attacks the sugar, and brings it down to a normal level. Usually, like the doctors say, like after you eat, if you're regular, if you say you got a blood sugar of 5 to 6 or whatever, it usually will go up to about 10, and then about an hour and a half after 10, it'll drop down back to normal again. Mine doesn't do that because I don't have any people in my pancreas, so mine doesn't do that. So I have to do a balancing act. And my balancing act consists of eating, watching what I eat, measuring, and or just watch my carbs. Before it used to be a calorie count. Now they're not worried so much about the calories. It's more about the carbs because the carbs are the sugars, right? So now when I eat, again that word I don't like, normal. Uh, Normal people or blood sugars are from 5 to 6. Some people go lower, and some people are run a little bit higher. But that's what they say normal. Don't quote me. I'm not a doctor, but that's what they say. Uh, Mine, on the other hand, lately they tell me if I can get mine down past 9, that's good because mine's been running really high a lot, and I'm taking much more insulin than I've ever done before. Like I take 185 units in the morning, fast acting, I mean, no, slow acting, it goes all day long, 24 hours. And then I take 35 at every meal, plus my correction. Plus, now they got me carb counting. So, plus my correction, plus carb counting. So, uh, you know, that's the thing. So, right now, since I've done this change, this is like my third day now. Uh, I try not to talk about it too much because that's my problem. I said to somebody, or I said, I don't know if it was on here, but I'm good for the long run. I'm good for the short distance, but I'm no good as a long runner. Nope, I give up or I whatever. So right now, suggested to me, and I know that one day at a time. So in the past 3 days now, my sugars have been really, really good. Anywhere from let me see, yeah. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see that, but there, that's my sugars. And a couple of times they've gone over, and yeah, I don't know if I got that right. Yeah, see? Okay. So that's all day long I've been testing and stuff. So they're doing quite well. The problem is now the balancing act comes in. The problem is that they want to keep my blood sugars down, and anywhere below 9 for me, that's good, and not too low because I've had a couple of lows where they went to 3 and 2 point something. That's too low. That's not good. So I got a window. I got to stay in between that, and so I'm trying that best I can. But the problem is now I have to be a juggler. Now I got to figure out because the amount of insulin I'm taking for the amount of food I'm eating lately is too much. So now I got to sort of like slowly drop my insulin and don't increase my food, but just slowly drop my insulin. So, like usually around lunchtime, I usually get really, I start getting low. And then sometime when I eat, sometime in the afternoon, I get low again. And then I'm pretty normal, like anything below 9. And then usually at night, I might go up. Now, I've changed some things. Like I have changed. I don't eat. I don't eat after supper, but my supper is still off a little bit. Like I'm not like sometimes I wake up normal, like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. But sometimes like I slept in the other day. I don't know why, but I did. So my lunch is off, and then like I just finished having lunch at 2 o'clock, 1:32. So I don't expect to eat nothing till about 5 or 6, and then hopefully like I won't eat anything after that. Uh, I got rid of a lot of my I got rid of a lot of my food that I was eating. I bought some chicken, and like I got rid of my sausage and stuff, and I bought some chicken. I still got some eggs, and I've been eating that. I bought a couple of things of salad, so I've been eating that with kale. But it's just that now I'm eating right, and my sugars are like, you know, what you see in there. They're usually between 6 or 7, or 7 or 8, or 6 or 8, or something like that. On the odd case, it'll go up or it'll go down, but not too bad. So I'm in that buffer zone. I'm in a good zone, but that's the thing, and I gotta sort of like I gotta watch it because now I'm not eating so much, and I'm still in the middle of changing my insulin to bring it down a little bit. I have what they call blood sugar reactions, like low blood sugar. When it dips down below 4 or 3, my alarm goes off, and then my hearing aid picks it up and it wakes me up, and it's like, yeah, because some people can suffer from that. Some people, I've never had that problem. Okay, so touch wood. I've never had that problem, but people have gotten ill and people have got really sick during the night, and they didn't feel it, and I think, well, some of them have ended up passing away. So Yeah, it's something to be concerned about. I've always been able to wake up, so I'm not really worried about it. But it's just that it's hard for me to do stuff during the day, especially if I'm going out, because if my blood sugar's like goes too low, I got a problem. So that's the thing about blood sugar. Like you got to try to keep it in that range, and it's not always easy, and it's a little difficult sometimes. But it's like a balancing act. Like I'm a mad scientist now. Like I gotta sort of like, how much should I take? How much can I eat? How much, and you gotta, yeah, it's up and down. That's what it is. So for people that wanted to know about that is pretty much it. But everybody's different. I was thinking about how can I say that to somebody? Everybody's different. Well, everybody's different because okay, I'll give you here. Okay, I got two friends. You're gonna laugh at this, but both of my friends are named Brent Petrie. Both of them. That's their names. Both of them. One lives here. One lives out west. Now, their names are the same, but they are different as people. Well, that's the same thing with diabetes. Yeah, we got diabetes. We have problems like, we have the same type of issues, but it's different. Most is type 2 that I know of. And if I'm wrong and if I offend anybody, if I'm wrong and I offend anybody, that's not my meaning. But usually I've seen type 2 is usually comes with obesity or people that are overweight. And I also know that being overweight, most of the time, all you need to do is watch what you eat. Some people can do that, some people can't. I mean, that's all right because it is a problem. There's a lot of issues here. So it's a lot of things you got to look at. So there is a problem. So all I'm saying is type 2, you know, and I know type 2 because my mother it happened. She was scared to take the needle, but and she wanted to stay off the needle, and she lost a lot of weight too. But she wanted to stay off the needle, but she still ended up on uh I forget the pill now, but little white pill. It's for type 2 diabetes with it monitors your blood sugars and stuff. I take it down. I forget the name of it. Anyways, um, yeah. So usually with diet and exercise alone, it'll work. You can change that. You can change your thing. Doesn't matter what I do. Doesn't matter. I can stand on my head. I can, it don't matter. I'll never reverse what I have because what I have inside me doesn't work. Never did. It worked for a while, and it just stopped working. So I can't do that. I can't regenerate it or nothing, and they can't transplant it. I think they've tried. I've stopped. I stopped looking at stuff like that. Basically, I accept it. I accept it in a way that it's like, yeah, I got it. I'm stuck with it, or it's stuck with me, and yeah, wasn't looking for a miracle cure. And the insulin I take, that ain't a cure either. That just keeps me alive. That's all. It's not. There's no cure. It actually does me harm. Insulin doesn't do you any good, but it helps keep you alive. So I appreciate that. But yeah, just in case people don't understand that, like I mean, I don't know so much about type 2 because I mean, but I do know that a lot of it was due with obesity. If you're big and your body straining or something, it's like a heart attack, right? Like your heart's okay, but if you gain too much weight, that means your heart's got to work more to move around, and then you usually have heart attack, stroke, etc. You got problems. Well, it's the same thing with diabetes. If you get type 2 diabetes and you're bigger, like I mean, you're born with a pancreas this size, and just because you weigh 60 pounds or 6 pounds, when you get to like 100, 200, 300 pounds or whatever, you know, I'm not judging. I'm just saying, well, that's pretty much the same size. It might get a little bit bigger, but not much. I mean, that's it, you know, and that's what happens. It fails sometimes, You know, I've been like not lucky. I haven't been like, I mean, I've had just about everything gone wrong with me because of diabetes. I mean, I still got my eyesight, but I mean, I've had a heart attack, had a couple, I've had blockage. Um, the other parts of my body don't work. I mean, I can urinate, that's about it, but sexual part's done. I don't know if that'll ever come back. Uh, Amputation to affect my hearing, to affect all my extremities. Like, I mean, I got the whole tour. Um, you know, it's a matter of, I'm glad I'm still alive. Uh, and that's the thing. That's where all this sort of like came about. A few people have told me, you got to do this. You should try that, and they were doing it politely. Don't get me wrong, right? They were. I mean, they did it politely. They did it gently, but sometimes I need a slap sometimes. But no, they did it gently, and I mean, I've seen it, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, because things are just starting to get out of control, and it doesn't mean they're not going to go back to being out of control. It just means that right now they were out of control, and I had to do something. So I started. It's not like a big thing. It's only been 3 days, but I try not to look at that. I just try to, one day at a time, one day at a time, one day at a time, and just plug at it. Because that's been a problem for me most of my life, ever since I've been a diabetic. Like, I described it as one day I was walking to the store to pick up some candy and stuff when I was 11. Next day, told you can't do that. It's not good for you. And I rejected it and I rebelled. Uh, so yeah, and and then when I became an alcoholic, a drug addict, uh, I made another choice. You know, I mean, I know diabetes would kill me, but I mean, I figured the way I was going, alcohol or drugs would have killed me too. So I made a choice. I put all my energy into the alcohol and drugs, trying to recover from that, and I did well there. I mean, so far, day by day, one day at a time. 40 plus years later, I'm still here, and I haven't touched that. But now I guess it's come to the time of, well, now I got to deal with the other part that I've let go at the wayside, and that's my diabetes. But you know, I mean, I'm trying my best. Like, I try. I believe I am this time, or for today I am. I use olive oil. I try to stay away from the butter thing. I try to. I mean, I still fry, like, I still fry stuff like meat. I don't really know how to use the oven. She's got an oven here. It works. I just, she's not here. She can't tell me how to use it. So I'm not sure how to use it. So I don't bake or broil or anything like that. But I mean, I cut out like Ramen Rocketeer told me that, cut out the fried stuff, or eating stuff like that, eat lots of stuff. So I mean, the past couple of days I've been eating freaking salad for breakfast and two eggs. Like, you know what I mean? That's kind of weird. This morning, uh I had some what did I have this morning? I had some green beans, and I put a little bit of olive oil in there. I had green beans, uh meatless meatballs. Yeah, I had meatless meatballs. So yeah, and then I had them box eggs. Uh, yeah, I had a couple of yeah, I had a little. I think it turned out to be like probably like a one or two egg thing, and then I had and then I flipped it over. But yeah, and then that's what I had. And after breakfast, like, I mean, just before lunch, I mean, my blood sugar was down to 8. So it's like, oh, okay. So I've been like moving her along like this now, and which is good. Now at lunchtime, an hour ago, I had some beans. There's a lot of can of beans. So I just wanted something quick. So I had can of beans because I'm thinking, I need to have my sugars a little bit elevated so I don't bottom out. But I don't want it to go too far. But yeah, so I just had a can of beans and I've had some water and a little bit of coloring for juice, and that's what I had. And I'm not sure how that is. Let me see. Tell you in a minute. Uh, yeah, right now after lunch, about an hour ago. Now it's 11.8. So the doctor usually says that's fairly normal that your blood sugar goes up after you eat, and then it should, if you got the right insulin, people produce it in their body, so I have to inject it. If I had the right insulin, that should bring it down. So sometime this afternoon, I'll check it again, and it should be below 10, 7, 8, something like that. So hope people understand a little bit about that. And, I guess I've chased a lot of ghosts in my life. So this is one of the hardest things. This is one of the hardest things I've had to face is myself and my diabetes. I say I accept it, but sometimes I wonder, do I truly accept it? But I just know that, yeah, I do want to continue this life that I live, and I want to get back into van life, obviously. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, and the only way to do that is, well, I got to watch what I eat, and I can't just be eating because I'm not working out or nothing. So with the stuff that my friend Kim sent me, I'm gonna try that. I gotta sort of like make up some type of program or something, and I got a few little weights. I can do that. But I mean, my arms aren't not big. I'm not going into the BD Arnold thing or nothing. But my arms are like they're not squishy. They're like solid when I'm tight all over. So that's what I got to do. I got to learn how to stretch. I got to learn how to do a few things just so I feel better. Because sometimes I wake up in the morning and I'm sore. Today I was sore because of pushing my cart, pushing myself all around Cabela's yesterday and then through the snow. I mean, it hurts. Like you do a complete workout with your shoulders when you're leaning and you're doing this. It works out quite well. So and that also brings down. Yeah, I was looking at that insanity. There are good videos for chair exercise too, but a lot of them have to do with legs. Like you know, I feel kind of funny because it says lift your legs. Well, here, it's me lifting my leg. I mean, I mean it seems silly, but it's just yeah. It just seems a little funny. That's all. A lot of legs and stuff, but I mean, I'm doing my arms and stuff, and like I said, I mean, I do have plans that when it snowed all day since yesterday. It's been snowing. It stopped right now. The sun's out, but yeah, once I can get down the ramp with my other chair, I plan on doing a couple of laps around the block just by using my arms. I mean, my electric chair is a blessing. It was a blessing when I got it. I keep on forgetting about Athena. I think that's her name. So I hope I got that right. Uh, when she gave it to me, when she gave it to me, it was a blessing, but it's addictive because I mean, the only thing that works out of my hand is this, my thumb, and that's it. I mean, because I move, I do things like that, you know, just by moving my thumb, my two fingers here. That's it. Doesn't do anything else for anything else. So, anyways, to get on the ocean, you got to build a boat first. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to sort of like gain control of the body I'm not going to be wearing a speedo or anything anytime soon. So y'all relax. Now. No, it's got to get. I'm going to try to avoid beaches as much as possible. Oh, look at that guy's been there for a week. He's been stuck in the sand. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's the thing. Uh, what's that here? Okay, just traveling. I remember being shocked to see you eating rice dishes from the dollar store before your surgery. Well, you know, okay, that's the other thing that confuses the hell out of me sometimes. Um, some people say rice is good, a little bit. Some people say rice is life in other parts of the country, and that's all they eat. Uh, you know, and things are very expensive, and that's the other challenge. It's not an excuse. It's not. I mean, I made this observation with my grandson the other day. We're in the we're in the we're in the store, and we're looking. I like sausages, so I got to learn to stay away from that because it's not good for me. Uh, but okay, I see a pack of sausage. Before everything started to happen, you get 8 or 9 sausages for $9. Labels, it's an orange label. Well, now it's the same package, same orange label, same amount, and they're $12.99. And that's garbage for you, okay? You go try to get a good fresh cut of meat, um, yeah, and that's very expensive. So, you know, uh, if I was going to get something like that, like rice, I don't like eating out of cans every now and then, but at least I'm eating. Like it's a lot. Some of these cans have a lot of carbs in them. I understand that, but you just got to watch. So that's the balancing thing. Oh yeah, like I mean, I can't have vegetables every day. I try to, but I mean, they're not always fresh. Even in the summer, they're not always fresh. Because I only have a certain amount of thing. And right now, I mean, I depend on other people to take me to the grocery store so I can get food. But I get frozen. Frozen's not the best, but it works out. Here today, like I like a little bit of corn, and they say corn's bad for you. And then somebody says, "Oh, the rice is not good for you, or this is not good for you, or some pastas are not good." I'm like, it's just so much stuff, and like, what is good for you? Not really sure. What is good for you? I don't know. Anything you eat actually not, might not be good for you. I don't know. I mean, I think instead of what's good, what's not, or whatever, I just think moderation, and that's what I'm trying to fight. Moderation. It's like I remember back when I was doing Chefy, Chefy beer there in the van. I remember people were focused on the fact that I wasn't using whatchamacallit. I wasn't using virgin olive oil or olive oil. Okay, well, most of the time virgin olive oil is really expensive or olive oil is expensive. Okay, so I was using corn oil or granola oil or vegetable oil, whatever I was. I forget what it was, but everybody was sort of like in arms about that. So I mean, I bought a little. Hey, BC Donnie, how are you? Yeah, pretty much. Uh, so I bought a little thing of olive oil, and I remember, and I'm not trying to be funny, okay, but I remember I just said, okay, I used the olive oil, I've used the olive oil, and I put the other one away. But once the olive oil disappeared, I kept the bottle and I just put in the other stuff, and nobody said a peep. Nobody said nothing, nothing, and it's like, wow, like you know, people say margarine is bad for you. Margarine's not good for you. It's one thing out of it. Well, when I finish having my heart, they told me not to eat butter. Eat by cell or Basil or whatever. Eat this, and it's got olive oil in it, or that's good for you. A little bit, like in moderation. Like you don't eat by the scoop, but that's what I'm saying. It's very confusing. So I do listen to what people have to tell me, and I do try to follow people's advice. But sometimes, financially, I don't have money for a lot of stuff. I don't. I don't have a lot of money for that. Yeah, I could probably buy better stuff, and I try to. I find deals, but they say some people say chicken's good for you. And I've even heard people say chicken's not good for you, and I'm like, you know, turkey's supposed to be good for you, and then somebody says no, turkey's not good for you. It's like everybody's got their opinions and ideas, and it's hard to, I don't want to feel like a yo-yo trying to bounce around and figure out what's good and what's not good. I try to just change my diet. I was eating crap. Now I'm trying to eat better. And I hope that people sort of like notice that. I ain't perfect and I probably won't be perfect. And I'm doing well today compared to 3 days ago. I'm doing much better than I did 3 days ago. I'm eating, I sort of like picked up a little bit of exercise. I got, yeah, well, that's it. And that's why I've been eating that's why I've been eating Insanity. Veggies are a lot cheaper. Fresh veggies aren't that cheap anymore. Not in Canada, okay? Like, I mean, Canada is a little bit like I don't know. Canada's a little bit different than America. Um, the prices are cheaper and you get bigger cans and stuff. Thank you very much, Terry. Appreciate that. Um, Yeah, like I mean, the prices are a little bit different, but yeah, and I'm not trying to make an excuse. Please, I'm not trying to make it an excuse. I'm trying to. That's a lot for me to sort of like bring in and figure out all at once. Like I've made a change, and that's what and I'm trying to get better each day. Like I'm trying to. I drink like this ain't just pure water. This got a little bit of you know diet mix or something in it. Some people will say, well, that's not good for you either because it's got diet sugar or something in it. But I can't just drink straight water all the time. But I drink about 4 or 5 of these a day. And that's like 590 milliliters of water. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that too. Oh, man. No, and that's it, right? And so all that stuff is like, I mean, I drink a lot of water. It's a little flavored, but I drink water. I've stayed away from Diet Pepsi. I didn't even eat that the other day. I had a drink that the other day. Had a bowl of chili at Timmy's, and I had before I went for my driving test, and I also had a drink of coffee. I had coffee instead. So I mean, that's all. That's all good. So I mean, like I am trying to, and I am doing my best. I also was able to figure out my paperwork for my old age security and guaranteed income thing. I figured that out. I sent that away. I figured that out. I sent that away. I stayed on the phone for a little over an hour. And then the guy was telling me, and I said, I don't understand what you're saying. And then I just said, hey, I don't want to sound like, oh, please, I'm a little messed up in the head ever since I lost my legs. But that's pretty much been it. Like, I'm not as sharp as I used to be. I hate to say that, but I mean, that's the truth. So, ever since I lost my legs, I mean, and this computer stuff drives me crazy because it's like, oh, I just don't get it. So, um, yeah, I'm trying to play catch up and do all this stuff, and that's why I say it costs money, and I lost a few. I lost some money. I lost about seven. Yeah, about $600 or $700 since I was on my last. Since I was on my before I turned 65, I was making much more. Old age secure. Once I got to 65, I mean, there's a few things that drop in. Right now, I make a little over $1,200 a month. Then I have to apply for something else so I can top it up. And by the end of the day, and I got this going, and my carvings and my stickers. I got to remember I got to mark all that up too. So I don't want to fraud the government. At the end of the day, like I'll be making close to what I was making before, which is all good. And then I can sort of like calm down and then buy better things. Yeah, I haven't like. I mean, I like red meat, but I've heard people say red meat's not always that good for you all the time. So I'm sticking with pork and chicken. That's what I'm sticking with, and I got some fish in the freezer right now that I bought, so I'm gonna have that too. So I think I'm trying to balance things out. So there used to be a saying when I was getting sober: "Please be patient. God's not finished with me yet." Uh, yeah. So I'm doing my best. Honest, I am pretty honest. Scout's honor or whatever that is. Dib dab doob or yeah, I remember that when I was a kid. Anyways, let me see. Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to do, Clive. As the channel grows, yeah, hopefully I can get some more income. Uh, when I get my van, then I can. I thought a lot about what I did before and what I'm doing now, and I find this sometimes just talking a little bit boring. So and but that's how I made myself. It's like sitting in the background or whatever. That's how I became. Like if it wasn't for Chrome and stuff like that for introducing me to everybody, you know, yeah, I'd still be sitting there. But I want to do different things. So I'm going to get a new van. So I'm going to try to, elaborate on that. And I do want to travel. So that's going to be something. That's going to be something totally different for you and me because I've never traveled like in this in this shape. No legs. So, no, I was just talking to somebody today, texting, and we were talking about that. Like when I was young and foolish and drinking, I used to pee on myself all the time. Now I do it on a daily basis, just because I got no legs. So it's either from that or scooting up to the urinal or getting splashed on by the urinal or whatever. Like I mean, everything's a learning experience. Like every day, even though I've gone to the washroom 50 times, it's always a learning experience. I always find something I could do better or different or that or this and stuff like that. So yeah, so you know, and that's the thing. How am I gonna do it? I see like I watch people on videos. I mean, if they go to flat places or on flat ground or something like that, or not too much rocks, not too much mud, not too much sand, then I can get out of my vehicle and run around a little bit. But that's what I gotta. I'm gonna have to face that every time, and I'm gonna have to do a van build, and I don't want to do too fast, and I don't want to, waste any money because I don't have money to waste. So I'm looking at different things, different products. They're a little cheaper in some cases, but they're still products, and that's and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get ready for that day when they hand me my license and they say you can drive now, and then I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to get a vehicle. But I'll wait until that day comes. But that's my thing, and I'm trying to, and I know I need to change my life, and I need to do different things. So you probably have a lot more traveling videos and me being in places or and stuff like that than you've seen before. I don't think I'll just be. I'm hoping I'm not just going to be sitting in the front seat of my vehicle. I want to get out and about and say, okay, this is a great spot, or because Yeah, I gotta be able to roll around, and not everything is flat. Even though they said that years ago. Oh yeah, hey Brent, that's my buddy Brent. He's the one that took me out yesterday. Yeah, yeah, he likes to fish. He likes to fish, and he goes to that. Well, he brought me to the Adirondacks years ago. That's in New York State for all of you that don't know. Some of you might, but some of you don't. Yeah, he brought me. He used to bring me there all the time. We had a great time. So, yeah, we're gonna go there again someday. Hopefully, hopefully, and plus he's got the boat. If you've been following me for a while, when you see me in a boat fishing, that's my buddy Brant there. That's the guy I was telling you. See, like I know his name is Brant, but we used to call him Brent for the longest time. But see, I got two Brents. I got Brent here and Brenton, BC, and they're both names are the last names are both the same, spelt differently, but both the same. But they're different. They're different people. That's what I mean. The same thing about diabetes. Yeah, we're all diabetics, maybe, but we're different. Type 1 is much different than type 2. I wouldn't wish any of them on anybody, but I mean, I'm just saying. That's what I was told, anyways. I got some artwork for you. Do you have an email address I can send it to? Oh, Big Mike. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think it should be up there. Let me see there. You guys making fun of me out there? If he falls over, we'll call him Bob. Thanks, Brent. Yeah. Yeah, my friend got my nose till my he's got my back till my nose bleeds. You're welcome. Thank you. Vicky, the driving test went good for now. He doesn't the guy doesn't say much, but I just gotta remember, he says this is on the test, that's on the test, and yeah, I gotta make sure my merges when I go on the highway, I get up to speed because not everybody gets up to speed. And yeah. Let's see there. Hold on, Sanity. I got you. There you go, Sanity. Hello, Bob. Woohoo! Bob's a heartthrob. Woohoo! Yeah, Bob is great. Here, Kim. Bob. If nobody knows who Bob is, because I'm sure there's some new people here. When I did I think it was my first meetup when I was in Ottawa last year. Um, Bob was given to me by, I forget her name and I apologize, but she brought her mother with her, and I remember she was around. She was a real. I mean, we all got issues at a certain age, but I mean, she was sparry, like she was full of stuff. And she gave me this. She made me this, and she gave it to me. And If you notice, there's little things in here, and I was contemplating that at the time because I had a bigger beard. Said, "What do you think if I put some beads in my beard?" Right, and everybody, "Oh yeah, that'd be great." And anyways, um, I put it in Bob here, so put that in Bob. Bob's been hanging around for a while. I know it's a little bit crazy. He's my imaginary friend, but I don't have a dog. I don't have a dog, and so I created Bob. I A long time ago, I remember when I was dealing with some stuff when I was I think I was like 14 or 15 or something, and I was in a group home, and I know it's not kosher now, okay? Like, so please, nobody hate me. I know it's not kosher now, but when I did survival training a little bit. Um, I did survival training a little bit, like sleeping outdoors. I slept in minus 41 degrees near Halliburton, Ontario. It was really, really cold. I slept with a minus 18 sleeping bag, bare naked inside the sleeping bag in a snowbank. I know some people will say, well, bare naked. Yeah, well, because when you sweat at night, and if you get up in the morning and you go to put on, and you get and you're covered in sweaty clothes, then yeah, you freeze faster. So, anyways, there was a guy, one of the cooks, or one of the guys that were doing the thing, and he had an imaginary friend. Okay, and I didn't think of it then. That's why I didn't. But he had an imaginary Chinese friend, and he called him Hop Sing. And that, I mean, that's some days of Bonanza where the cook there and on Bonanza was, I think his name was Hop Sing. But anyways, he used to call Hop Sing. So anything went wrong or whatever, he blame it on Hop Sing. I know that's not posh nowadays, but so I got Bob because I didn't want to insult or hurt anybody's feelings, or and I'm not prejudiced or racist or anything like that. But things have changed over the years. That's where I got it from, and it's like it actually really helps. I mean, I don't have to clean it up. That's right. I don't have to clean them, so it's not like a dog. So I don't have to walk them. I don't have to clean them, clean up after them. I don't have to feed them. I really don't have to talk to him if I don't want to, and I can give him a little swat every now and then if I feel like it. He just bounces around, inside the van or in my room here. So yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? That, so that's it. I mean, hello, Miss Lady Scoop. Hello. Yeah, so that's the thing. But yeah, I mean, I figured, I mean, I wish, sometimes I wish I had like a dog. I don't like, I have cats here. They're not mine. They're my daughters or the families. Eh, We get along. They know when to move and when not to move. And every now and then I get attitude, and they sit in the middle of the floor when I'm going to try to get by, and they don't move. They just look at me. They give me a little bit of attitude. I mean, so I got to beep the horn or do something. Yeah, well, there used to be, yeah, back in the day, Kim. There used to be cooks on there, and for some reason they were all Asians. Yeah, and I think that cook's name was Hop Sing. That's what they used to call him. And in real life, in real life, uh, hi Mark. In real life, my grandmother and grandfather had a friend. His name was Henry, and he was Asian. He came over by boat or whatever, however they came over back in the day, and we used to call him O Henry. But he used to cook and stuff, and he used to teach my grandma how to cook Chinese and make different dishes, and Yeah, so it's not like I just decide to call Asian people like, hey, hop, whatever. No, it's not that. I mean, there's a history behind that. And back then it was like normal. Maybe some people say that's not like, that's not nice to do. It's like, um, but yeah, that was sort of like semi-normal, I guess, or accepted. I know it's not accepted now. That's why his name is Bob. But when I think about back then when I did that thing when I was 15 or 14, 15, I remember that, and I remember, unfortunately, I remember Hop Sing puts a smile on my face because it was like fun, you know. I but I did not mean any disrespect to anybody or any nationality, not in the least. I'm not into that. Uh, yeah, well, that's true, Leslie. Like, common sense. I used to have a sign on my door when I was working in recovery. Common sense ain't that common. Yeah, yeah, common sense is number one, she says, and listen to medical advice, not Google or YouTube quacks. Well, yeah, and they're always learning some new stuff. So that's the thing. They're always learning new stuff, and they're always coming out with new stuff. And I don't know everything, but I do know that I'm a type 1 diabetic, and I do know that it's been a while. Oh, there's the other Brent that I know. Hey, Brent, how are ya? We're just talking about my friend's Brent. I got a Brent in Cornwall, and I got a Brent in Nanaimo, and they're both last names are the same, but you are different. So yeah, yeah. What else was going on? I was going to say something else. I mean, yeah, I got talking about Bob and everything else, and well, thank you, studio. I don't always feel awesome. The other day, I subscribed to somebody's channel. Um, well, it's what the guy that the people I've noticed when I go on different channels, like smaller channels and stuff, or bigger channels. I notice some of the same people that are on mine are on theirs, and it's like, wow, people are looking at different things, right? On Chrome's Van City Van Life's channel, his Lorne, I guess the guy that did his beast there, his diesel mechanic, he just started YouTube channel, or started doing films and stuff, and yeah, putting out videos. Anyways, I subscribed to his channel because Chrome said, hey, you know, anybody wants to go check him out. I mean, I don't have a diesel and stuff, but I mean, you know, yeah, it might be a diesel, but there's different. You can still do, you can still learn stuff from people like that. And anyways, I said hi. Chrome sent me blah blah blah. And man, it hasn't. It's been a while, but he says, "Oh, Jeffy Bear, you're a legend." I almost fell off my chair laughing. I said, "Oh yeah, I'm some legend, all right." No, but yeah, like all this, even though I've been doing this for a while, like I haven't been doing it that long, but on and off, I guess, for, well, probably about the same amount of time on and off as Chrome has, and Chrome's a little bit more diehard than I am, but yeah, around 5 years. So I don't know, what's the starting date, doesn't really matter. But yeah, and other people like Joseph's been doing it for a long time too. Brent's been doing it for a long time too. So yeah. Well, I'm glad. I'm starting to feel. I'm starting to understand that there, Clive. People know. People know Jeffy Bear. Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, one of my friends in here now, BC Donnie. I met him through Chrome. You know, and then like, I mean, I visited his establishment. If you're ever on the mainland there before you cross over to Nanaimo, there's Sea Lovers Fish and Chips. He runs that place. good there. I always used to go in there for a quick bite. I tried to not always go there to get it for free. I try to pay my way too, but yeah, I mean, people there like follow me, like me, like it's just great. I mean, and I miss that, to be quite honest with you. But I mean, I have people here too. Like there's a girl at Rochelle. Yeah, She's on my channel too, and she's on other people's channel that I follow. I'll be there someday, Donnie. Don't worry. And that I follow, and hopefully before you sell the joint. I'm trying, brother. I'm trying. Hey, you got a couple of extra vehicles. Why don't you give me one? uh, yeah, that'd be cool. No, but yeah. So I even forget what I was trying to say. But anyways, yeah, we're doing okay. Everything's working out. Yeah, people say it. I don't know. Like I always used to, but I do miss that. I mean, I miss like I do. I mean, sometimes it got a little annoying, but right now I actually miss that, and I know I met people. Like I said, oh yeah, I was talking about Rochelle. I met people here in town, and I met people like walking to go through McDonald's. Oh, you're Jeffy Bear. It's like wow, and it's like I mean, I guess you could say that's sort of like part of my ego. I don't know, but I mean, really, insanity. Sandy says even my nurse friends watch you. Well, thank you very much, man. I mean, I mean, I appreciate it. I know that I do. I appreciate it. Oh yeah. What is it? Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I was going to say. Just put up there about the stickers. You want stickers? I got still 2 for 10. That's fine. Uh, there's a couple of people that um, and you know what? My brain goes a little bit weird. One person, I believe, Oli, I think I got your, I got your note, I got your letter, and I sent your stickers. Hopefully, you'll get them. And there was another person that ordered stickers, and I sent them too. Hopefully, you'll get them too. So yeah, so like yeah, I got stickers. I haven't really haven't really done much else. Uh, I'm stuck on getting this license thing, and I gotta. I've been told, or gently, I've been told, I got to back off from that a little bit and not worry so much about that. Just enjoy what I have. So I'm trying to, but for right now, I got my paperwork done. I just gotta wait for some things. I'm going to get a call from my driving instructor. He's going to call me Monday, Tuesday to tell me, you know, he's gonna move me on, or I have to do another test. I don't know, but I'm hoping that'll work. My friend Brent, there, he said if because might be a problem with my daughter being able to take me because it'll be during the day, and Brent said he can do it after 3. So I can be there for 3 o'clock. So I just have to let him know. So I got that established, and hopefully that'll be fine. Oh, cat lady in here? Emmy, are you here, Emmy? Hi, Emmy. Doing a good job in your van. I'm watching your videos. Yeah, watching your videos. Kind of cool. Thanks for showing up. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. I mean, other than that, I mean, everything's going fairly well. I'm watching what I'm doing, and hey, Kev, glad to see you. And Patty Crane's here, Leslie, Clive, Audrey, and yeah, a lot of people are here. Thank you all for showing up, and thank you, Ramblin'. And Marty. How are you doing, Marty? I was watching a video of somebody. I was watching a video. I forget what it was. I think it was Blind Views, and he was talking about some of these people that are on, and they're doing a live or whatever, and then they always check their phone to see if anybody send money, send this, send that. And they're always checking their phone and seeing if somebody sent them. If they didn't send you any money, then it's like, okay, time to go, and then they leave, right? And I wasn't paying attention to my phone, but my phone is hooked up so I can hear it in my ear. Bell goes off, I can hear it. Anyways, I just noticed somebody just sent me some money, but it's like, yeah, I feel guilty over stupid things. I'm not like that. I'm not like other people, but like when things like that happen, I feel like, oh, you know, I'm not like that, but I appreciate it. I didn't really see who sent me anything, but thank you very much. I appreciate it. Oh, I seen your ah, Patty. I seen your videos. They're pretty good, and I'm glad you got stuff done. I'm glad you're good to go now. That's good. I mean, I'm amazed at that stuff too, because that happened to me when I had my when my transmission went, and Chrome put out the word for Chrome put out the word for people to help out before that or whatever. Say, oh, send a little love or whatever, and I got fans and stuff for my van, and it was like wow. And then same thing with the transmission. I mean, I had the money. I scraped, borrowed, and did everything. I didn't steal, but I did everything I could to get the money to pay for it, and I had it. I had it there, but then all of a sudden a flood of things came in, and it's like wow. I mean, it was amazing. I cried too, Patty. You're not alone. You know, I cried too. I mean, I'm overwhelmed. I've known people longer than I've known people on this channel, and they really, pardon my expression, you really don't give two shits sometimes. I got a few that do, but like Brent's one of them that I've known for years. Yeah, but most of the other people, no, they don't. So yeah, it's all right to cry. Uh, yeah, it is. It is, especially when you're. I understand you saying she's saying it's overwhelming the love that you get from strangers. Like we're not strangers. I mean, Ramblin keeps on trying to bang that into my head. Like Ramblin Rocketeer and I are like close, and we've never met. I mean, and she like, and it's amazing to me because I'm the type of person, touchy feely, like, are you real? And but yeah, like I mean, stuff like that. You know, it it's the same thing. Like I mean, I was thinking about that today. I was thinking about that today. Like the friends that I've made, like when I was in BC, and I don't want to I don't want to I don't want to sort of like forget anybody or nothing, but like the original like Chrome and Joseph, uh, and and well, I mean, you even met Gus in the bus, and Who else? Who was that? And then Chrome and Joseph for sure. Joseph was new, and I was fairly new, and then Chrome was sort of like meeting them people. It was just it was like instantaneous. Like they helped me more than I could help them, I guess. But they were there, man. They like Joseph helped me do my wiring and did stuff. And I remember parking underneath the bridge, and he got up on my roof, and we cut a hole in my roof to put my fan in, and you know stuff like that. And it's just like and then later on, like then I met Emmy. I think it was Emmy, or uh, I think it was Emmy, or I think it was on Chrome's. He said, like Emmy would just say, "Well, that's the cat lady," in the Walmart parking lot. Like we didn't even know each other really. No, everybody was scared to talk to her or something. I mean, I guess Chrome went through. I guess Chrome's got that philosophy, like he's got to shoot something, right? So she had a van. Well, let's go over there. And once they started talking, and once that blew up and started evolving, then we all started talking, and we ended up going to the pub together and stuff like that, and having campfires. I mean, and that's where it all began. Then we met other people, and then I and then when I was going across country, I mean, I met Brent. You know, I met him. It was a fluke. He was chasing me all across the country, and then he got broken down, and then he passed me. Then I passed him, and then he passed me, and the next thing you know, I ended up at the ferry in Ontario trying to go across, and there he was sitting there waiting for the ferry. So then we started talking and stuff like that, and for all the people that don't know, I mean, Brent was the one that sort of like you know was my go-to guy when I was in the hospital getting my legs amputated and everything else. He helped me out a lot when I needed it. So yeah, I don't forget stuff like that. Uh, yeah, it's all Chrome's fault. Yeah, he's responsible for bringing you into our lives. Best thing ever. Yeah, you say that now, but I know. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's all good. I mean, it's just like I'm amazed at the people I've met through Chrome on the channel, on my channel. You know, I mean, I laugh sometimes. I mean, I laugh sometimes. I remember when Chrome was doing a live or something, and somebody knocked on his door, and the guy asked him, you know, that guy asked me, "Hey, do you know Jeffy Bear?" I laughed. I mean, I thought that was hilarious, man. I mean, who doesn't know Chrome? But I guess there's people that don't, and and that's the thing, and that's great. Yeah, Joseph, same thing. Like like it's just it's a cool thing. You can't get this anywhere. I don't know. Hey, Michael. Uh, yes, I know that. Thank you. She says you have some great friends and lots of loyal followers from so many places. Ohio here. Yeah. Well, I know that. I mean, I do know that. Hey. Well, I wanted to go back last year, exploring Canada. I wanted to go back last year, and things happened. I couldn't go back. And then this year, well, you never know. I don't know if there's going to be one. They might be. I hope so. And yeah, I mean, yeah, like when I went to exploring Canada, was just saying I went to Palapalooza for their first year, and I met a lot of people there too. And I forget all their names, and I'm sorry. And a lot of it's got to do with me. I got a short memory, and still got things. And I got a short memory and stuff, but I met a lot of good people there. I mean, I met the guy that bought the What's his name? Uh, the guy that used to have a little white thing. I forget it. See, my mind goes on me sometimes. I get a little excited and I can't remember. Anyways, we'll figure it out. Yeah. It'll come to me, I'm sure. But yeah, I met the guy that bought his van, and it's kind of cool. Oh yeah, Chrome has, man. Chrome created an awesome community. I mean that's the thing. Like I mean, Chrome is human. Chrome's not perfect, but man, anybody that's sort of like says things about Chrome, I mean, they really don't know him, or they really don't, they haven't really like, yeah, because he's done a lot for a lot of people. I've seen it. I've seen it. Like strangers, like that guy when he was driving between Lillooet and Pemberton. He pulls over and goes back and he gives him a whole bunch of groceries and stuff like that. He's not doing it for like I don't think he filmed that. He mentioned that, but he didn't film it that way. But he stops in. If the guy's still there, he would probably stop in when he went through there. And that's what he does. I mean, and I think that's what you're supposed to do. Well, good. I'm glad you like your Snickers, Jeffrey's mom. Yep. And that's what you're supposed to do. Hey, there's another old friend of mine, Phil J. Vitt. My friend Jeff. He used to cut my hair. Yeah. So yeah. So like and, and I well, if you watch his videos, you've seen him like I think somebody needed a battery. He gave it to the guy. He says, "Here, you can have it." I remember the guy with the Honda when Honda tried to jump into the scene with Jackery or whatever, and I remember he gave the guy who was driving a Honda. He gave him his Honda battery, stuff like that. It's like, oh, yeah, somebody must be in the house because somebody said appreciate your kindness with giving Jeff the Bear the wheelchair. Ah, Althea, I mentioned you earlier, Althea. Yep, it's still going. It's been many places. I had to tune it up last week. Well, that's the way it should be. I think even like we all have to take care of each other. I mean, what's the harm in helping other people or taking care of other people or being kind? There ain't no harm. It's like smiling. What is it going to hurt? Smile. Stop being the miserable sob. Smile. Show the love. Man, I don't always feel that way. Let's be honest, but most of the time I'm trying to. Uh, yeah, karma. uh, yeah, well, there's a lot of people, man. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I don't know. I got plans, but I had really no plans. But because of my channel and because of the people I know now and I've met through this, like people like Kim and there's a few other people. I don't know all their names, and I apologize, but uh, yeah, that's like and my friend Raven, same thing. Like she's up near Wisconsin or whatever. Yeah. So I mean, I go through the states as much as I can. I haven't been there for a while, but I like when it was allowed, I tried to. But yeah, now I can sort of like make a plan and say, well, I'm gonna go to like Hamilton. I got a few people in Hamilton, and I got a few people over here, and I got a few people in Northern Ontario, and I got a, or I'm gonna go to the states, or I got a few people in the states, like Raven. I'd like to go see her one day. So yeah, it's like my trips now. I can sort of like say, oh well, I know I got a few people in the eastern U.S., Canada, and I know there's somebody like again, I apologize. My brain's not that great, but I mean, more I get better, the better I remember. But I got people in Nova Scotia and stuff like that, and you know out east, and same thing with Kim's Kim's in New York City somewhere. So yeah, like I mean, and there's other people, and yeah. So I will, if I make a trip somewhere going that way, I'll make a trip to go see these people. Try to put them on my plan so I can drive around and bump into these people. And that's the thing. Yeah, well, Hamilton, that's not too. Yeah, oh, the Hammer. I keep on forgetting that. My friends call it the Hammer. Yeah, well, that's where oh, gee, geez, I'm embarrassed. The guy that built my van, like he built my cabinet there. Oh, yeah, he lives in Hamilton. And then I got Jared and Maddie. They live in Hamilton. So yeah, I got a few people. You never know. One day I'll swing by. Wow, got dumped on. Well, have a good day, Donnie. Thank you for showing up. Andy, thank you for rambling. Andy, yeah, man, I'm telling you, I don't know if it's my age or it's what's happened to me, but I'm forgetting stuff. Yeah, yeah. Well, there's lots of places to go, and I'm learning that more and more and more. I was just talking to somebody today. I like to go see you later, Donnie. I like to go see the Northern Lights and stuff like that. And I know my friend, and I know my friend, like my friend Brent. Uh, he wants to like he loves to go to the Adirondack. So, and I've been there before. I mean, I got great friends. Like he checks out places like some of the places we used to fish. There's no way I get a wheelchair in there, but he's checked out places as wheelchair accessible, free campsites that are wheelchair accessible, paid campsites that are wheelchair accessible. He's checked out all this stuff, and I'm like, wow, it's amazing. Like I mean, this is the same guy, in my opinion. Like you know, I had a problem with my family, and I think my grandmother passed away, and I had a problem with my brother. He was still alive at the time, and I went down there. I went down there for the funeral, and that day I was driving people around. But that day I had an old car, and that day my starters something happened to my starter. It stopped. So, anyways, I uh yeah, it's like my starter stopped, and I couldn't turn the car off. I needed and I had my daughter with me, and I had to drive back to Cornwall. And he said, "Why don't you go to the store and check out a check out see how much a starter would cost?" I said, "I don't have any money." He said, "Don't worry about it." I said, "Okay." So I go to the store, and and the day before, my brother just won $10,000 at the casino, right? So I was like, okay. And then I come out and I said, well, it's $179, but I don't have that. I said, and, and yeah, and I said, well, if she can lend me the money, I said I'll pay you at the end of the month because that's when I was getting paid, right? And he said, no, I'm not going to lend you the money. He was just baiting me, like we had a hate love relationship for a while. He's passed now, so God bless him. We worked around that since then, but yeah. So, anyways, I said no, I gotta go, and I was furious, and I drove all the way back from Ottawa to Cornwall, and I ended up going to where I used to work. Uh, I ended up going where I used to work, and Brent was there, and I walked in, and I was like, I was pissed. I was like, oh, upset, and I said, man, that why would he do that? Blah blah blah. And Brent, like that was years ago, and we went to school together, like college and stuff. I was older, obviously, but and yeah, he said, well, I'll give you the money. I'll lend you the money. I said, what? And he goes, I'll lend you the money. He blew me away too. And it's just like all you people with all the kind words and everything else, you blow me away because people, like even family, didn't treat me that well. You know, like I said, they're all past now, so God bless them. But even family didn't treat me that well. And a lot of my friends that said they were my friends, they all turned their backs on me too, in lots of ways. They say they didn't, but they have. I mean, and that's why I sometimes have a hard time with dealing with all this stuff because it's like, wow, like strangers treating me better than like blood does half the time, you know? And that's to me, that's just amazing. To me, you're all terrific. You're all wonderful. That's what I love about this. That's the thing. Oh, really? Congratulations. Wow. That was quick. That's good. Uh, let's use neuropathy caused by late son's many disheartening and painful days. To see a young man who had been through years of constant pain, cancer, learning to work again or walk again, accident, spinal fusion, then that. Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that, Leslie. Travel dreamer, we are all one family. Our branches may be far apart, but we are on the same human tree. Yeah, well, you know, I was saying that today to somebody else. I mean, it took me a while to sort of like figure all that stuff out because at first I was like hateful, angry. I never seen all that stuff. I know I was told stuff like that, good things, but I refused to look at it because I was stubborn. So, but once I finally started looking at things, yeah, things came together much more clearly. Tim, hi Jeffy, just came across this. You're looking great. I will have to watch this to catch up on the chat. Yeah, well, thanks for showing up. And thanks everybody for showing up. Gentle cyber hug. Thank you very much, Sarah. I appreciate it. uh, well, I don't know what Debbie Weeby said. Maybe Chrome is your Earth angel. I don't know. I don't know about all that, but I know he's a damn good friend. you know, he hasn't done me any harm since I met him, and he's always been true to his word, all the way down to all the way down to the fact he shits in a bucket. He says, he's been true to his word, and I can't. Anybody that's sort of like honest and true to their word, I have no problem with. And all the people that I know, like Chrome and Emmy and Joseph, even before Chrome and Emmy were a thing, they all were true to their word. Emmy helped me out when I had to sleep behind the transmission shop. She helped me go get groceries, take me to the store, whatever. Yeah, like and Joseph, the same thing. Now we haven't been in contact a lot, Joseph and I, but I mean, yeah, I know if I showed up or I bumped into him, we'd have lots to say. Doesn't mean we don't like each other. It's just that's just the way it is, I guess, and that's fine. I mean, we all play different roles, I guess, but yeah, Yeah. Well, I mean that's the thing. It's like, everybody's different. Everybody handles things differently. Everybody does things differently. I hear a lot of like, people dislike Chrome for whatever. I mean, if you know Chrome at all, he works hard at what he does. You can't take that away from him. You can't take that away from him. He works hard at what he does. We all can be a little bit whatever every now and then, but overall, he puts in the effort, man. He puts in the time. I remember sitting there. If you watch my videos, watch his videos. I was sitting in my RV looking at him, and I said, "There's no hell. There's no way I'm doing what you're doing. You're crazy." On his knees in his van, editing. I said, "What are you doing?" Editing, 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 filming, everything. Like he must have slept with that damn phone that he had. I mean, I got a phone just like that. I got a phone, but I'm not like, oh, hi, how are you? Like, but that's him. And that's, you know, don't hate the player, man. That's, he's worked for it. Nobody gave it to him. Well, that's all we can do, right? Martin, she said that Jeff, I never knew about other van lifers, but once I did watch your channel and others, you have a good heart. I help people with a little here and there because others helped me over the years. Well, I mean, that's my philosophy. I don't believe anything I had extra, I don't believe I've ever sold it. I gave it to people. I gave it to people. That's because people gave it to me. So I gave it to people. I said, here, you need it, you can have it. If I don't need it, you can have it. So, that's the thing. Uh, I mean, that's the thing. And that's what, and there's another guy on here, Jeff. He was from, I met him, I met him down at Spanish Banks. Same thing. You meet people, you talk to, you remember them. Same thing. Excuse me, I forget his name now. With the other guy, the gentleman that draws all the cartoons with his dog Lydia. He's another one. I never met him, but I mean, people like that. It's just like wow, like like who would have thought? I would never have thought, man. I would never have thought that about myself or the effects I have on some people or whatever. I never would have. Did I give Did I give you a camera? I forgot. Well, I'm glad you do, brother. Thank you. So yeah, uh, yeah. So I mean, like yeah, it's just there's enough crap going on in this world that we don't have to be at each other's throat or be whatever. I mean, you know, uh, yeah, that's my. See, this is what I mean. Yeah, she doesn't like it when I do this, but too bad. That's all right. Rambling there. She just puts up, re, you know, she helped like rambling. Not even meeting her yet, just knowing her. Just she came on someday. I don't know how. I don't know where the heck she came from, but she came on, and we got in contact and we talked and whatever. And she helped me through a lot. She helped me when I was going through the heat. She helped me like she helps me now. Right there. She's talking about Patreon. Yeah, join Pat. I forget about that. I mean, I do. I forget about Patreon. I haven't really done a lot to Patreon, but I mean, I forget about it. But and I gotta sort of like focus on that, and I gotta develop that because I'm worrying about other things and not taking care of the business at hand. So, you know, people like her and people like Patty and people like Patty and people like Kim and people like Insanity and uh, don't remember, but you know who you are. People that keep on coming back, keep on, there's some guys in there too, and I forget right now. So I don't want to insult anybody or lose anybody. No, I mean my brain's a little fried. So that's it. Thank you, Eva. So yeah, so it's like, like this whole thing has been incredible, and it's like, I know it seems like a long time. It's like over a year now. It's over a year now that, since my legs and stuff, and I'm trying so hard to sort of like keep my crap together and keep on moving ahead. And I've had hurdles, and I've had different things happening and stuff, and it's just like, yeah, but we're still going. We're still. My plan is I'm still gonna. Yeah, I'm still getting on the road somehow, somewhere. I don't know. Like I might even, if it comes down to it, I'll buy a car and sleep in the back seat. I should be able to fit. I don't care, but I mean, I'm hitting the road sometime soon. As soon as I get that piece of paper, I mean, I got to do other things too. Like I mean, it was suggested that I look at that. Hey, Raven, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. I just forgot what I was saying. I'm losing my mind. Must have been all the drugs I did back in the '80s or the '70s or whatever the heck it was. Yeah, I'm sorry. uh, what is okay, Debbie? What is that? Put a Julka on your wish list? What is a Julka? I've never heard of that. Wow, thank you very much. My phone's going like it reminds me of what Blind View said. I'm looking at my phone saying, "Oh yeah, I'm going to keep on." No. People are blowing up my phone for Patreon. Thank you very much. Veggie for Jeffy Bear. Yeah, she's the culprit. She's always doing that. Yeah, the love fest. Yeah, Robert, losing your mind. It is easy to misplace small things. Missed you. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I don't know what the heck you call it, but yes, Debbie, yes, a water heater. Yeah, yeah. I said I wanted to get one of those a long, long time ago. I don't. I mean, I don't know if it was before him or not, but he ended up getting one, which is fine because we're always looking for solutions, right? Like I did the water pipe, I did that thing, but I mean, yeah, I think that thing there. I mean, I'm a little envious of him. I mean, I can make it outside in the side of the house or in the backyard. I could take a shower right there instead of trying to fight my way into the bathroom in here. Uh, yeah. Robert Berger. Hi, Jeffy Bear. You look good. Uh, Thank you. We watch you and Brent all the time. It's great. You have awesome friends. Yes, I do. Thank you very much. Friends that I've met and friends that I haven't met yet. I do have awesome friends. Ramblin' and all the rest. Raven, Insanity, Kim, Patty. Like, yeah. And these people, some of these, I haven't met them yet, but they're great. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, I gotta make plans for stuff like that. Give me a second, I'll be back. I don't have any entertainment other than maybe I don't know. Bob can't entertain you either. I'll be back. Pee break. I'm still here. I'm in the background. I'm always worried that you'll hear me tinkling in the background. Like, oh my god! But I can't make it to the washroom. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. See, old man. Oh, Jeffy left the volume. Yeah, not sure. I hope you didn't hear that. But you never know. I don't know. Uh, yeah, Bob's still here. Woohoo! I gotta put him away. I got a funny feeling that whatever Vanna gets gonna have a lot of trinkets and Bob in there and a whole bunch of other things. I got a few other ones I gotta make here. I haven't figured out what to do in this one. I haven't figured out what to do. It's just a little circle I made. And then this one, I think I might make this one into a girl or something. I wasn't sure. Sticking putting big red lips on her and drilling a couple of holes in her head and giving her hair, a couple of little worms. Yeah, I haven't quite figured that out yet. And then this one, I don't know. This one's I don't know. See, I put a hat on or her. I haven't figured anything else out yet, but yeah, I got a few things I can do. So it'll all come together. Uh, Me and my dog. I picked up a Coleman propane hot water on demand for my van build. Not quite as good as Chrome's, but still gives you hot water in the bush. Well, yeah. I mean, that's good. Yeah, like I think Ramblin says Jeffy Bear is still living the nomadic lifestyle of peeing in a bottle. Yep, and I'm still pooping in a bag. Yep, that hasn't changed. I have a hard time going to the washroom on a normal toilet. It's weird. It's weird. I know. You figured, oh man, you should be able to do. No, yeah, yeah, no. Still have a hard time. I'm trying to, Robert. I'm trying to get back. How do you feel about getting a companion animal? Maybe a low maintenance, slow mover that needs love too. Yeah, yeah, I thought of that, but I mean, yeah, I just like then you come out, then there comes animal. I mean, I don't have a lot of money, uh, and I hate to say that, but I mean I don't. I'm not like I don't have the money to like vet bills, this to that, food all the time. I don't have the well. It'll be quite hard for me to, you know, I'll be one of them dog owners or something that puts the dog outside of the van and let him run around because I might not be able to walk around. Like, I mean, I can't park on sand, can't park near snow, can't park near a hill. I mean, there's a lot of things I just can't do, or I can't get out of my van, and that's the thing. That's why I wanted sort of like a Dodge Ram or some sort, or a minivan like that, so both sides open. So if I can't get off on the passenger side because there's a hill there, but this will be dangerous. I can get out on the driver's side where there's cement there or where there's pavement, so I can still roll around. So yeah, I mean, and that's one of the reasons I just don't. I haven't used it yet. I'm going to. I washed the other day, but I didn't use that one. I used one of my wipes. Try that out. That worked good. Um. So yeah. So I mean, there's a lot. That's the only reason I wouldn't want a dog. Yeah. It's just because it's. I mean, I'd love to have somebody to talk to. I mean, that's why I create. That's why I created Bob here. You know, Bob. I talk to him, and that's what I done. He doesn't argue back. He listens to me all the time, or even if he doesn't listen, he doesn't show that he doesn't. So yeah, and we get along fine. Yeah, I can have attitude and just not talk to him, and he doesn't say, "Oh, what's wrong with you?" Nothing. I love it. Holy jeez! Thank you all for. Yeah, I'm not, like I said, my phone bings in my head. Thank you for all the people on Patreon that are sort of like jumping on Patreon. I appreciate it. Uh, Jeffy Bear, Bob demands enough attention as it is. Yeah. And if I don't bring Bob out, you guys say, "Where's Bob? Where's Bob?" Trying to buy a 40 Econoline I found. Well, that's good, Raven. Yep. Uh, I'm missing that. I was reading something there. Now, keeping that steady supply of bags. Yes. I usually, I know, I mean, I know they're not like biodegradable or nothing like that. I know that. Oh, let me see. Uh, and this is very, I got a bigger one there. But this is what I buy. I mean, you know, I buy bags like that. I know they're not biodegradable and stuff like that. I understand that. I've tried to look for them. They're hard to find. I think you could probably buy them on Amazon. But yeah, but that's what I use. And garbage bags, poop bags, whatever you call them. Yep. Thank you, Robert. Here in my state of Massachusetts, they made me redo my license because I requested a handicap place card. I passed, thankfully. I hope Canada isn't as strict. Well, it is strict in some ways. I mean, I had to apply for my handicap sticker, my handicap thing, which was fine and it's good. But to get my license, um, because I'm the same person, just minus no legs. I've been driving for I don't know 30 years, maybe 40 years. I've been driving for a while, and yeah, then I had to once I finished like once I told them I had no legs, and I have to. Well, I've had to do road tests. I had to take driver's ed again. I don't think I have to start right at the bottom, but I had to take driver's ed again. I mean, that's costly. I mean, that's like for me because I live out of town and I do 2 hours at a time, which is like an hour and a half, like 90 minutes or something like that. That's like $300 every time I do that. And then now I got to get a special guy He's got a every time he shows up in my car. He showed up once at the beginning. That cost me 350 for that visit, and then the next time he shows up, that should be the final test. That's another 450. So this journey here has cost me well over $2,000 just to try to get my license back. So yeah, it ain't cheap. But somebody lost one leg. Uh, somebody lost one leg. It all depends what leg it is. If it's your left leg, you probably wouldn't need it. If it's your right leg you lost, you might need to get tested because well, yeah, because you got a crossover. It's a different leg, right? I mean, if you're used to using a clutch, you could pretty much adapt to that. But if you're not, then you got to sort of like because it's different trying to take your left leg and cross over where your right leg would be to use the gas to brake, whatever. But I mean, it all can be done. I've done it before. I've had broken legs. I've done it. Not I'm not sure what you're asking, Bubble. RC said, "Is your new lifestyle change a new diet?" Well, I have changed my diet a little bit. I've changed what I don't want to say diet. I've changed the way I've been eating. It's only been 3 days, so I'm not going to harp on that. But I changed that. I'm not worrying about anything else. Uh, the wooden girl needs a hula skirt and flower. Okay. You never know. Yeah, so I changed the way I've eaten and I changed the way I look at things. And I'm not worried about breakfast, lunch, and supper anymore because, like I said, today I had spaghetti green, or not spaghetti, I had veggie meatballs, non meat. I had veggie meatballs and green beans and a carton, like a little carton, like an egg or two, I think it was. So that's what I had. So yeah, I've changed the way of eating. I've had salad for breakfast, 2 eggs and a salad. Uh, I need carbs though, and that's the thing. I don't need a lot of carbs. I know that, and some things have more carbs in it than not. But I need some carbs, and like other than lunch, like I mean, lunch my meal was even though I took off the fiber and everything else, it was about 50 carbs. My lunch, and that was beans, but it was a can of beans. And I got to stay away from processed foods and stuff like that, and can't eat as much cheese. And I mean, people have been telling me so. Yeah, I'm trying my best to do that. I am. I'm really trying. I'm trying hard to look at things a little bit differently. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think I look sometimes. I don't know if he was talking about me, but I think he was. My friend Brent there saying he looks a lot better yesterday. Lifestyle change, man. I got out for the first time in a while, so yeah, I was feeling great. And I always like going. I always like going to Cabela's and stuff. I mean, and sports and hunting and stuff like that used to be my thing, and or fishing and stuff. But yeah, now I just go with my friend Brent, and he only spends $25. It's an inside joke. He knows what I mean. Raven event. I have my event Echo purring like a kitten. Echo might be nice for our Jeffy. I don't know, like, not to jump on that, Raven, but I don't know. That would be difficult. How would I like? That would be the same thing as buying a van in America and bringing it over to Canada. You got to go through different things. I don't know how that would work. Like that's the thing, I don't know. Calby, it's a do-over because of the lack of limb and modifications on van. I can be expensive, but I think the van community of angels will put through when the time comes for Jeffy Bear to try. Well, yeah, I don't hope for anything, but you never know. Uh, okay, somebody's trying to be nasty here. Who's that? Captain Reggie. Come on, say something nice or don't. No scammers. Uh, have you ever watched channels? I have watched that one. Yeah, I checked them out. Somebody mentioned that to me before. I checked them out. Yeah. Uh, well, that's life, right? Trolls are everywhere. Heartless, thoughtless, good for nothing. Well, uh, yeah, I checked them out. I mean, there was a lot of. It seemed like people, not them personally, but people are putting a lot of a lot of BS there. I thought, oh man, it's yeah. I mean, just well, why don't you just let people be people and whatever. I mean, I don't know. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know her, but okay, Raven, if you say so. Yeah, there's a lot of people I don't know, man. Uh, yeah. I have no toes. I don't know if you noticed that, Rabbit. No toes. No. Yeah, Brent's like some of the people he puts me into. He brings me into the sock department. And he says, "Choose one." No, no, he doesn't do that. I'm just joking. Trolls, not toes. I got no toes. No. Yeah. Well, you know what they say. You know what they say. You can't have a complete body without an asshole. So yeah, there are some people out there that fit that description. So I don't know. Anyways, I know my insanity. Yeah, my no toes, Jeff. I wouldn't have ever guessed. No, I know. I look pretty normal from the neck up, right? Like from the. Hey, parts of you are missing, boy. Yeah. Well, thanks for showing up, Sarah. Appreciate it. Come again. Yeah. I got five toes all right. Uh, I was hoping Squirmy and Grub's non-profit could help Jeffy, but it turned out to have a different qualification. Yeah, well, things are working out. Things will work out slowly. They always do, from what people tell me. Yeah. Oh, insanity! I did get that big letter you sent me. Thank you very much. I just haven't really replied to it yet. But I was thinking, yeah, where are you here? No, okay, that's not it. I don't know where. Uh, oh, here we go. I actually did this one insanity. Sanity wrote me a little letter, put some jokes type deal in there, and says, "I removed all the fattening food from my house. It was delicious." I did that the other day. I said, "Oh, geez, I got some sausage left. I got this left, and I sort of like say I can't. I mean, I've given stuff away to my daughter and said she can have them, but yeah, I did the same thing. Uh, but I mean, my sugars were still good that day. But yeah, I uh, I did that. Yeah. Yeah. Every time someone calls me fat, I get so depressed. I cut myself a piece of cake. Yeah, usually carrot cake. Right, Ramblin'? Carrot cake? Yes? No. She got upset at me one day because I ate the whole carrot cake. Oh, man. Foolish, foolish. I mean, some of these things are funny, right? I wanted to lose 10 pounds this year, only 13 to go. Crap like that, man, makes me laugh. I mean, it really does. So it's just funny. Carrot cake. Yeah, carrot cake. You like that, Papa? Carrot cake. Yeah. Oh, that's one of my yeah. uh, that's a deal breaker right there. That and Black Forest. I gotta walk real fast when they get around the cake aisle. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Let's see. Okay, round Jeffy Bear. Are you making the assumption I can't go to you with those kind of comments? No. No. Not making that assumption at all. Yeah, well, yeah, you gotta laugh, man. I mean, what the heck else? Okra, you need center. Okra. What is okra? I isn't that a little green thing or something? They look weird. I don't know what you do with it. I heard that somebody said that before okra, and I went, oh. Bye, Kim. Thanks for stopping by again. Thank you for the elastics. I gotta get all that stuff going. Yeah. Wow, really? Ah, the key to life. Yes. Yep. I do. I got lots of. I don't know, but yep. You put okra in your soup or steak to make it thick and slimy, or you batter and fry it. Oh, Yeah, but don't use that word batter. I got to stay away from the batter. I said something about rambling that she didn't like. I guess. And there's that movie. There's that movie Taken, and it says, "I will find you." She just sent me a text. I will find you. Yeah, I'm sure she will. Yeah, yeah. I'll figure out. Yeah, I'm gonna figure out something. But I mean, for now, I'm just doing what I can do, and now I'm gonna do what I can do. And so far, it's going good. I mean, like I said, it's only been 3 days, but I know it's going to expand. And I also got to go see the doctor and the nurse, and I got to figure out. I got to figure out what to do with this new medicine I got to take, and that's why I mentioned. I think, yeah, I gotta mention it to the doc. Yeah, about taking this. Oh, that's what it. Yeah, what I was trying to say was I didn't mention it. Uh, I was talking. I texted Insanity and I asked her about skin popping because you got to skin pop this thing, and I didn't get any direction. I did a lot of reading, but I mean I didn't get any direction. So and Carly, the nurse, she told me that just wait until I see them, and then they'll explain it. And I said okay, but it's a new medication. I only take it once a week for a month or something, but it does make you. It could cause you to be nausea and weight loss. But I'm not so worried about the weight loss. But I wasn't really feeling good the other day, so because my stomach and everything was, yeah, just nothing was working properly. Back to like semi normal now. So, but nothing was working properly. So it's like, yeah, I gotta wait and see about her. So we'll figure it out. More fresh veggies, yeah. No, I'm not. Debbie asked me if I was. Are you keeping a journal diary, one day at a time, kind of thing? No, I don't even know how to start something like that. I mean, you think I would, but I don't know. I mean, but I probably could start something. I just don't have a clue how to start it. I guess. Uh, Bye, Rainy. Uh, Bye, Patty. Take care. Uh, okay. Let me see here. Dairy is a good idea. Debbie. Oh, yeah. Well, one thing at a time. Okay. I think I'm gonna go too. Holy jeez, we've been on here for 2 hours. Wow. I don't want to pull a Joseph. He went 3 hours once. I said, "Oh, 2 hours. That's good." Uh. Anyways, okay. I'm gonna let you go. Thank you all very, very, very much for supporting me, coming, uh, touching base, whatever. I'm sorry I can't get to everybody, but yeah, I haven't figured out how to tell my story or tell a thing, and interact with everybody. So a lot of you sort of like listen and interact with each other. So, anyways, on that note, peace, aloha, I love you. That's hard to do. Yeah, I love you. Yeah, yeah, I love you. Something like that. Yeah. Anyways, until next time, thank you very much, man, for all your support and stuff. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay. I'll look into that. I'll look into that daily diary thing. You never know. I don't want to put too many things on the table because I got a lot of stuff I haven't been doing. So yeah, I'm just focusing on little things right now. But I mean, yeah, that might be in the plans for sure. Yeah. Everybody have a great day, great week, and we'll talk to you soon. Ciao for now.